When did you realize your spouse was a completely different person than you married? For 6 months, I was convinced my husband was having an affair. The truth was so much worse. It started after a minor car accident. Tom walked away from it, or so we thought. The doctor said he had a concussion and some bruises, but he seemed fine. Then, he began to change. The man I married was meticulous, kind, and patient. This new Tom was irritable, forgetful, and impulsive. He'd forget to pay bills, something he had never done in our 10 years of marriage. He would snap at me over the smallest things, like misplacing the TV remote. Then came the financial recklessness. I found a receipt for a $400 watch he bought himself. Then a new, expensive sound system appeared in our living room. My heart sank. The distance between us was growing into a chasm, and I filled that silence with my worst fears. He was distant, he was angry, he was spending money. It had to be an affair. I felt sick with grief for a marriage I believed was ending. The suspicion ate me alive until I did something I never thought I would. I started snooping. It felt disgusting and shameful, but I was desperate for proof. I checked his phone, his car, his coat pockets. Nothing. Then one night I checked his laptop. This was my earned discovery. I wasn't looking for medical files. I was looking for emails to another woman. I didn't find any. Instead, I found a chain of emails from a neurology clinic. There were appointment reminders he had clearly been ignoring. And then I saw one from the lead doctor with a subject line that just said, "Your results." It was password protected. My hands were shaking, but I tried the first thing that came to mind, our anniversary. It opened. The document was a scan of a letter sent to his primary care physician. It detailed the findings of an MRI he'd had done right after the accident. I read the words, but my brain couldn't process them at first. Significant frontal lobe damage consistent with a traumatic brain injury. It mentioned a diagnosis of a rapidly progressing neurological condition, similar to early onset dementia. It said his changes in mood, memory, and impulse control were classic symptoms. He knew. He had known for months, and he hadn't told me. I didn't scream or cry. I just felt cold. I printed the letter, walked downstairs to the living room where he was staring blankly at the TV, and placed it on the coffee table in front of him. I just said, "Tom, we need to talk about this." He looked at the paper, and it was like every muscle in his body gave out at once. He started to cry, this silent, shuddering sob that seemed to rack his entire frame. "I didn't want you to have to be my nurse," he whispered. "I wanted you to remember me the way I was. He's still with me, but I have to lay out his clothes every morning. Our house is covered in sticky notes reminding him of my